My name is Loren, and this is my take on the body ritual among the Nacirema, and also how it connects to the American culture. All right, let's dive in. So, when I first read the body ritual among the Nacirema, I was kind of like, what is this? It sounded like some type of weird tribal society with wild hygiene habits and strange beliefs. I mean, they were scrubbing their teeth with hog hairs and going to holy mouthmen. It was intriguing but confusing to say the least. Then it clicked. Nacrema, that's just American spelled backwards. And suddenly all those weird rituals started to make sense. The body shrines, that's just the bathroom, mirror. The holy mouthmen, dentist. It was a plot twist. But what hit me hardest was how the article stripped away all those normal labels that we're used to and made our daily routines feel somewhat foreign. It's a reminder that what we call normal is just perspective. The way other people see us can be wildly different, especially if they don't have the same context. It made me realize that we don't always look at our own culture with the same curiosity or critique that we use on others. Miner flipped the script and held the mirror up to us, literally. So, one cultural ritual I think would definitely confuse outsiders, but Miner didn't mention it, is the job interview. Like, picture this from an outsider's eyes. You dress up in this very specific costume, you memorize these lines, like, I'm a self starter, or my greatest weakness is that I care too much. And then you go into a room with a bunch of strangers and then try to convince them to let you work for money. You're expected to smile, sit up straight, speak a certain way, even shake hands in a certain way. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you present. If someone from another culture watched this whole performance with no context, they'd be like, what kind of ritual is this? But underneath it, this all ties into that deep American values, individualism, professionalism, achievement. The job interview isn't about the skills, it's about how well you play the game. The meritocracy with a side of performance. Thing is, interviews weren't always this way. Back in the day, especially before the 1950s, it was more about who you knew. Neighborhood connections, family ties, direct trade skills, no resume, no cover letter, no rehearsed responses. Then post World War II, things started shifting. There was a rise in big companies brought in by HR departments, standardizing hiring, the formal interviews. Now, fast forward to today, and it's a whole new world. We've got virtual interviews on Zoom, resume keyword filters, even AI powered assessment tools that decide if you make it to round two. Some companies even use facial recognition to gauge your confidence. It's wild. The interview process evolved to match our tech driven, fast paced, image conscious society, but also it got way more intense. Honestly, it's a mixed bag. On one hand, the changes open doors. People who can't commute, folks with disabilities, or those in rich rural areas where they're now able to apply from anywhere. According to Harvard Business Review, virtual interviews help reduce bias and improve accessibility to multiple jobs. But let's keep it real. AI screening, overpolished resumes, stiff virtual calls, it all kind of sucks the human side of the process. A Forbes article in 2023 pointed out that some companies are cutting people before they even talk to them, like before you even meet a real person, just because of an algorithm. So, yeah, the ritual evolved, but maybe a little too far in the direction of performance over authenticity. It reflects just how our culture sometimes put productivity and polish ahead of actual connection. To wrap it up, I think reading the Nacrema really made me realize that American culture is full of rituals that we never stop to question. The job interview is just one of them. And then when you look at it from the outside, it's kind of wild, but taking a step back helps us to understand just who exactly we really are and how much we're shaped by the values that we don't even realize we hold. Thank you for listening, guys.